Diamond League Zurich Final 2025. Christian Coleman pips Akani Simbin to the line to claim 100m victory. The USA athlete records his third Diamond League Series win in 9.97 seconds. South Africa's Simbin comes second in 9.98, with Jamaica's Akani Simbin third in 9.99. Christian Coleman won his third Diamond League 100-meter title with a razor-tight victory in Zurich on Thursday, August 28th. The top three were separated by only 0.02 seconds, with South Africa's Akani Simbin claiming second, 9.98, and Akani Simbin of Jamaica third in 9.99. Coleman's victory means he now adds the 2025 Diamond League Series title to the ones he won in 2018 and 2023, but it is unlikely he has won many races in his life that were as close as this. The three-time World Championship gold medalist is known for his blistering start, but it was his ability to maintain his pace to the line that enabled him to come home first after a photo finish. Simbin, the 2018 Commonwealth Games 100-meter gold medalist, put in a stellar performance to place second, while Jamaica's Blake just failed to retain the Diamond League title he won in 2024. There was, however, bad news for South Africa's sprint prodigy Banda Walaza, who pulled up injured on his way to the finish line and will now face a race to be fit in time for the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, which are under 3 weeks away. Diamond League 2025 season. All disciplines and winners. Zurich Diamond League 2025. Duplantis wins men's pole vault. Blink of glory. Christian Coleman claims Zurich in a whisper of time. Zurich had always been a city of precision. Its trains ran on time. Its streets were immaculate, and even the air seemed to move with intention. On this electric evening at League Stadium, that precision found its heartbeat on the track, in a race that would be decided by the slimmest of margins and the sharpest of instincts. The men's 100 meters at the Diamond League Final wasn't just a race. It was a moment where legacies whispered and thundered in equal measure. Christian Coleman stood in lane 4. He was no stranger to the spotlight, but tonight it felt different. He'd been questioned, overlooked, even doubted after newer names began dominating the headlines. But in his chest, there still burned the heart of a world champion. Tonight, it wasn't about records. It was about reminders. 2 lanes over, Akani Simbin, ever composed, crouched with the silent calm of a veteran ready to strike. South Africa's pride. Simbin had spent years knocking on the door of greatness, always close, always dangerous, never quite crossing the threshold into global dominance. He knew this might be his night to step through. 8 lanes, 8 men, but only 2 would write this chapter. Bang! The start was clinical, as expected. Coleman's reaction was sharp, almost surgical. But Simbin was right there, surging alongside him with smooth, economic power. They separated from the rest within 30 meters, their legs blurring, arms slicing the air, eyes fixed on the invisible prize that hovered just ahead. It was a sprint that felt like a war between inches. Neither gave ground. Neither blinked. The stadium roared, but to the athletes, it was silence. Their world had shrunk to 10 seconds of truth. With 20 meters to go, Simbin looked level, maybe even ahead. But champions don't panic, they calculate. Coleman dipped, not with desperation, but with experience, like a man who knew exactly how to end a sentence with an exclamation mark. And just like that, it was over. They hit the tape nearly in sync, bodies stretching forward like time itself might yield to their will. On the screen, the name flashed first. First, Christian Coleman, 9.87. Second, Akani Simbin, 9.88. A thousandths of a second difference. A finish so tight it had to be felt as much as seen. Coleman, chest heaving, didn't celebrate with a roar. Just a slow, knowing nod. A nod to the crowd. A nod to Simbin. A nod to the narrative that said he couldn't do it again. He had done it. Again. Simbin dropped to a knee. Not in defeat, but in reflection. He had run the race of his life, pushed the former world champion to the edge, and lost only by the whisper of a moment. There was honor in that. There was fire in that. And perhaps, there was more to come. The cameras zoomed in. Coleman walked the track, a small smile pulling at his lips. He tapped his chest twice, not arrogantly, but as if to say, "Still here." The Zurich crowd knew what they had witnessed. This wasn't just another Diamond League victory. This was an affirmation of competition at its highest level, where victory doesn't come from dominance, but from a single perfect decision, made in the smallest window of time. Underscore 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 underscore. Later, in the mixed zone, Coleman was asked what the win meant. He leaned against the backdrop, sweat still clinging to his brow, voice low but steady. "It means the work speaks louder than the noise," he said. "You train for these moments. Not for the win, but for the race. If I had lost, I'd have walked away proud. But today I got the edge. That's all it takes." As for Simbin, he smiled through the sting of silver. "I gave it everything. I think tonight, the crowd saw two of the best in the world do what we love. I'm proud. And I'm not done." Underscore 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 underscore. Zurich would return to its calm rhythm by morning. Its trams would glide along tracks. Its citizens would sip coffee beside the Limmat River. But League Stadium? It had felt something different that night. It had felt the thunder of two sprinters stretching every fiber of their being, not for glory alone, but for the pure, unfiltered truth of sport, that greatness often lives in the blink of a moment. And in that blink, Christian Coleman found it once more. Diamond League Zurich Final 2025 Men's 100-meter results. 1. Christian Coleman, USA, 9.97. 2. Akani Simbin, RSA, 9.98. 3. Akeem Blake Jam, 9.99. 4. Jeremiah Azu, GBR, 10.03. 5. Brandon Hicklin, USA, 10.09. 6. Trayvon Bromel, USA, 10.14. 7. Sean Maswangani, RSA, 10.19. 8. Bayanda Walaza, RSA, 12.10. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share.